Okay, so this is day 2 of sales tax and discount. So let's cover a few things. Remember, anytime you see a percent, we got to move the decimal place over twice. Anytime you see 99s within the questions, then we're going to round, which happens occasionally. And then let's talk about the differences. So if it's a sales tax question, the percentage that we find, so we move the decimal over, that means we're going to add it to the original amount. If it's a discount or a clearance, we're taking that amount off, so that means we're going to subtract it. If it's a tip, especially like at a restaurant and there's a percentage for a tip, we're going to add that to the cost. And then a coupon is just like a discount. We're going to take that amount off, so we're going to subtract. So you just got to be prepared on whether you add or subtract after you do your multiplication. So number 1, a hockey stick costs originally $79. How much will Steven save if he has a coupon for 20% off? So the off meaning we're going to subtract at some point, but the 20% we're going to change to 0.20, which equals just 0.2, because anytime you have a 0 after the decimal, we mark it off. So we're going to multiply 79 times 0.2. 9 times 2 is 18, 7 times 2 is 14, plus 1 is 15. I have a total of 1 decimal place, so we're going to move it over once. Now this says, how much will Steven save if he has a coupon for 20% off? So the question is it asking how much is he going to pay, or is it asking how much he's going to have, how much he's going to take off? It says, how much will Steven save? That means how much money is he going to take off? So my answer is $15.80. That's where I stop on this question. Now, if it said, how much will Steven have to pay? That means we're going to subtract 79 minus the 1580 by lining up my decimals. 2, 3, 6. So he's going to end up paying $63.20. So depending on what the question's asking for, is it asking how much he's saving or how much is he going to pay? That's what will determine what my answer would be. A computer that originally cost $929 was returned to the electronics store. Because the box opened, the store put it on clearance rack for 35% off. What is the price of the computer? So the 35%, we're going to move over 2 decimal places, so it's 0.35. We're going to multiply 929 times 0.35. 9 times 5 is 45. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 4 is 14. 9 times 5 is 45, plus 1 is 46. Put a decimal or 0 for a place value. 3 times 9 is 27. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. 3 times 9 is 27. And add it all up. So then I move my total decimal places, which would be 2 decimal places. So the percent off, how much money he would take off because of the clearance, would be $325.15 if it was asking how much they're going to take off. But it is asking what is the price of the computer after the discount amount. So I'm going to subtract the 929 minus the 325 and 15 cents. So got to borrow a little bit. 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 1 is 8. 8 minus 5 is 3. And 9 minus 3 is 6. So after the discount or after the clearance amount, the guy's going to have to pay, or the computer costs $603.85. Let's do that again. The ticket price for a one-way flight from Orlando to Philadelphia is regularly $149. If Callie is purchasing a ticket for the day before Thanksgiving, the airline marked up the price 72%. Find the cost of her ticket. So here's a markup situation, which means we're going to add this amount. We first have to multiply 149 times 72%. 72% would be 0.72. which we're going to multiply that times 149. 9 times 2 is 18. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. 2 times 1 is 2. Put the 0 for a place value. 7 times 9 is 63. Oops, 3 and then the 6. 7 times 4 is 28, plus 6 is 34. Put the 4 there. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 3 is 10. And then I'm going to add those up. 8 is 107, or then I move 2 decimal places over. So the markup price, which is how much I'm going to add to the 149, is $107.28. So we're going to add that up there. think that just goes to show you that you don't want to buy a ticket the day before. So it's $256.28 that they're going to eventually have to pay for that because of the markup price. Next one, Kane is purchasing treats for his puppy, Roscoe. He selects a chew toy that is priced at $9. It has a sales tax of 6.5%. Determine how much Kane will pay in taxes as well as the total cost. So 6.5% is going to be 0.065. We're going to multiply that times 9. And instead of me doing 9.00, I'm just going to do 0.065 times 9. And then I'm going to, nope, that seems too big, 45, 54, 58. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so I'm going to have 3 decimal places to move. So it's 0.585, which I need to be 2 decimal places. So it's going to be 0.59 because the 5 next to it brings it up. Then I'm going to, so 0.59 is the amount of sales tax. So that's part of my answer. But then we're going to add that to the $9. So it would end up being $9.59 he would have to pay with the sales tax. Next one. Mr. Hollins paid a total of $113.40 for a printer. That price included a 5% sales tax. How much did Mr. Hollins pay in sales tax? Oh. Mrs. Gomez purchased a pair of sneakers for $32.50 and 2 shirts for $13 each. If Mrs. Gomez pays $8 in sales tax, what is the total cost she will pay for this shirt and sneakers? So a pair of sneakers was $32.50. She also bought 2 shirts that were $13 each. So that means 13 plus 13. So we first have to add those 3 up. So when you buy those things, it's going to be $58.50. Now we're going to multiply $58.50 times 0.08. And I'm going to move the decimal 2 decimal places over. Oops, sorry. 4 decimal places over. That's a total of 4. So it's going to be $4.68 that they're going to pay for tax. Then we're going to add that to the $58.50 to get the total amount they're going to pay on the receipt. So after the tax, it's going to be $63.18. One more. The new oven is priced at $628.30. The sales tax rate is 7%. What is the total cost of the sales tax of the new oven? So again, 7% would be 0.07. We're going to multiply that times $628.30. 7 times 0, 0. 7 times 3 is 21. 56, 58. 14, 19. 42, 43. And then we're going to move it 4 decimal places over. So it would be $981 after the decimal. If I go 2 decimal places, that would be $43.98. Then I have the sales tax. So I'm going to add that to the $628.30. So it would be $672.28 after the sales tax.